What's up guys, Michael here with Valencia Fan TV, bringing you another video about the club we all love, Valencia Football Club. Be sure to subscribe for the latest news, match predictions, recaps, as well as this summer's latest transfer market action. Hopefully we can get some big signings in. But without further ado, this year's 2022-2023 Valencia's team awards. We did have a down season, but there were some players definitely deserving of some recognition. And we started off with the most important award, the Valencia Player of the Year. And this goes to none other than Jose Gaya, the captain, one of the best players for a number of years at Valencia. And this really was a tough battle for Player of the Year. For me, there really were two top candidates. Of course, there was Jose Gaya, and then there was Andre Almeida, the midfielder from Portugal, and then with a distant third place, we had Samuel Lino. Gaya ultimately takes this award after another fantastic season. Now, our defense was our bright spot this year. We allowed just 45 goals, which was ninth best in the league. And at one point, I know we conceded less goals in the first half than any team not named Barcelona, who went on to win the title. He was first in tackles per 90 with 2.6 and second in interceptions. Incredibly, he had only zero point 0.4 fouls per match, which actually put him below most of our forwards, let alone defenders. And that's not for a player who's not getting in there. He had a lot of tackles, he had a lot of interceptions, he was playing defense, he just wasn't conceding the fouls. So hats off to Gaia, who continues to be an excellent player for us and really a source of pride for Valencia. The captain also picked up 4 goal contributions, 4 vital goal contributions for a team that really struggled to score goals. And of course, he led the team in key passes and led the team in man of the match awards. Only Samuel Lino was on the field for more than him this year, despite Gaia's 4-game suspension that was really ridiculous to start the season. Moving on, we have the Young Player of the Year award. This is for any player under the age of 23 when the season started. Now, there were a couple of promising candidates, but the player I went with was Andre Almeida. This really was an outstanding first season for Almeida at Valencia. He transferred in from one of the smaller clubs from Portugal. He's not coming in from Porto, Benfica, so expectations weren't that high. But he really stepped up, and he was really a bright spot for this team. He led the team in assists. He completed 85% of his passes. He played the third most minutes on the team. He scored 2 goals and drew 1.2 fouls per game, as well as completing 1.4 dribbles. I was really surprised just to see how well he performed. I didn't remember him particularly standing out this much, but when I went through the advanced metrics, it was clear just how great of a season he actually had, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him, getting a big transfer in the future, unfortunately, or playing for the Portuguese national team at the 2026 World Cup. He was that promising, and he's still such a young player. He's really one to be really proud of and really hopeful of for the rest of the future of Valencia. Moving on to the Defender of the Year for 2023, and it of course is none other than Mukhtar Diakabe. Defender of the Year isn't necessarily the sexiest of awards, but the defense was really our star of our team this year. We had the 9th best defense and the 17th best offense. So defense really was extremely important for us, and this man here was a wall. Probably the feel-good player of the year. Diakabe is a player who's consistently mocked by fans, by pundits, but he was amazing this year. He led the team as far as minutes for any defender not named Jose Gaya, and he was an absolute clearing machine, to say the least. And he even contributed with 3 goals on offense, which were 3 vital goals as our team really struggled to score the ball. Moving on, we have the Ayala Heart of a Champion Award. Now, this award is something that I thought long and hard about. I thought about how did I want to take this award. And for me, this award should represent what Ayala represented, a player who was tough, who was going to do anything to see Valencia win. And I think that Javi Guerra is a perfect recipient of this award. Javi Guerra was a youngster coming into the season. I don't think anybody had really heard of this kid. but he came on, he bursted onto the scene, and he played with an absolute passion. He had a massive game-winning goal. I believe it was against Celta Vigo at the end of the season, which really propelled Valencia towards that little final run, which helped us avoid relegation. And probably without him, we'd be playing in the Segunda Division next year. So he just consistently showed what it actually meant to be a Valencia player out there. He's a local kid who really loved the club, and I'm so proud to see him represent the team that we all love. And then the last award of the day is going to be the David Villa Award. And this award is going to be for the most exciting player of the year. David Villa was one of the players that I loved watching when I was a kid. And I think that Samuel Lino fits this perfectly. Samuel Lino was an absolutely amazing player this year. He was so creative, incredibly dangerous. Every time he had the ball, he looked like he was going to take players on. He looked like he was going to be creative. And it's a shame that he's only on loan at Valencia. I hope we can do something to keep him here for on a permanent basis because he was one of the most exciting players to watch in a long time. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think should have been the player of the year? Who do you think should have been the young player of the year? Defender of the year? The Heart of a Champion award recipient? And then the David Villa recipient? As always, I'm Moot Valencia, and I can't wait to see who picks up these awards in 2024. Take care.